sacred love in all thy Son's command, car ton bras se porte le paix, il se porte le croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please remain standing for the invocation. All praise to you, gracious Creator. You have gathered us in this university community to praise you by our works and our words. Bless the University of Alberta, which seeks to teach whatsoever things are true. Bless the students and professors, the non-academic staff and support staff, the administration, and all those who volunteer for the Board of Governors, the Alumni Council, and the Senate, and all who promote sound education in our community. We ask that those who leave here today, blessed with their degrees, may be given grace and strength to serve in our global home. May we grow in wisdom and grace before you and all your people. May this university always be a home of truth and wisdom, of faith and goodwill towards all. Please be seated. Good afternoon, and welcome to the University of Alberta on a beautiful Alberta day. My name is Ralph Young, and I have the privilege of serving as the Chancellor of our university and representing the public interest in the university. To begin, I wish to acknowledge and honor all Indigenous peoples, including the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations of Treaty 6, and to acknowledge the traditional lands on which we are gathered today. I also wish to honor and acknowledge the immigrants from many nations whose contributions have added so much to our rich heritage. Our university is blessed with a diverse and inclusive culture which is built on the legacy of all those who have come before us. Today, we pledge to uphold that legacy as we continue to pursue our motto, whatsoever things are true. On behalf of our entire community, I'm delighted to welcome you all to this convocation. We're very pleased that so many friends and family members could join us as we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates. Graduation from the University of Alberta is a significant milestone, and we're honored to share this convocation with you. The tradition of convocation, which is a Latin term meaning a gathering together of all qualified degree holders in a university community, dates back almost 700 years to medieval times. Generations of scholars have walked in your footsteps. Led by our Chief Marshal and University Mace, today's formal procession to the stage originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. Our university coat of arms above us includes the great horned owl, Alberta's provincial bird, the Book of Learning, the pronghorn from the Alberta coat of arms, and our own golden bear, mascot of our university. Our university motto, Caecumque Vera, Latin for whatsoever things are true, is at its foundation. As Chancellor, I wear the university green and gold with great pride and respect. The various academic gowns, hoods, and caps declare, in their various designs and colors, the alma mater and qualifications of the faculty who are here on the stage to celebrate with you. Similarly, your academic apparel signifies to everyone here and to society your faculty and degree of proficiency as graduates. Today, each of you will cross the stage as your name is called, and that will be the most important part of today's ceremony. Your degree will be conferred as we congratulate you and shake hands. That moment will bind you and the University of Alberta together for all time. Your family and friends are witness to that commitment, and all of the history and tradition within today's ceremony is in honor of you, our graduands. And that's why we're all here today, of course, is to celebrate your achievements. We're also privileged to welcome Dr. Steven Tupe, who has accepted our invitation to receive an Honorary Doctorate of Laws. An honorary degree recognizes inspiring role models and leaders, celebrates extraordinary achievements, or recognizes remarkable service to society. Joining the celebration on the stage today is our President, Dr. Indira Samarasekera, and Mr. Douglas Goss, Chair of our Board of Governors. We're also pleased that Dr. Joseph Doucette, Dean of the Faculty of Business, is here to congratulate the graduates as they cross the stage. I'm equally delighted to welcome here on stage past honorary degree recipient, Dr. Bunny Ferguson, Principal of St. Stephen's College, Dr. Earl Sherham, Student Union Vice President, Student Life, Ms. Vivian Kwan, and Mr. Lorne Dack, MLA for Edmonton McClung. We're all here to celebrate, and I hope very much that you will enjoy this day. I'd now like to start by inviting greetings from our University Board of Governors, Mr. Doug Goss, Chair of our Board.
Well, thank you. Eminent Chancellor, President Dr. Indira Samarasekera, distinguished guests, graduands, families, and friends. I'm indeed honored to bring greetings on behalf of our Board of Governors of the University. A special welcome to Dr. Steven Tupe. Steven, it's great to have you and your wife Paula here to receive this award. I have a special place in my heart for you because of the time you spent at our first strategic planning session and really set the tone for some great work here at the university. So great to have you here, Steven. You know, Convocation is a very special time when our entire university community gathers to celebrate your tremendous achievements. And we have much to celebrate, especially we gather to celebrate you, our graduating class of 2015. You know, you've all achieved a level of excellence which will be forever recognized in your university degree from the University of Alberta. As the chair of our board, I want to assure you that this university remains absolutely steadfast in its pursuit of being among the world's great public universities. And our governors stand united in their commitment across the entire institution to do just that. It certainly is an extraordinary time for our university and our province, and I want to assure you that your degree positions you to compete with the very, very best in the world. You're only limited by your own ambition and creativity, both of which I know you have in abundance. You are truly the pride and joy of this institution, graduates. And I know you're all going to be do great honor to our institution as you work to solve the many challenges facing our city, our province, and indeed the entire global community. The Board of Governors salutes you today, and we hope this ceremony will be remembered as a highlight in a full and satisfying career. Remain ambitious, remain creative in all your pursuits. Congratulations to you, your families, and all of those who've supported you to get you here today. Our best wishes to all of you in your future endeavors. Now, it's my privilege to introduce you to Mr. Lorne Dack, who's the MLA for Edmonton McClung. He's going to bring greetings on behalf of the Government of Alberta. Lorne.
Thank you for that kind introduction, Mr. Goss. Good afternoon, Chancellor Ralph Young, President Indira Samasekara, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, family and friends, and of course, you, the graduates. It is my privilege to be here on Treaty 6 territory to bring you greetings on behalf of Premier Rachel Notley and the Government of Alberta. And what an honor it is to join all of you on such a special day in your lives. I want to begin by offering my congratulations to Dr. Steven Tupe for being recognized with an honorary Doctor of Laws degree. You are a passionate, dedicated leader, and your contributions to international law and human rights advocacy is such an inspiration. We owe so much to you and your example. Thank you, Dr. Tupe. Today, graduates, we celebrate. We celebrate your hard work over the past years, and we look to the future. With your families and your friends, when we feel the overwhelming sense of pride, the thrill of achievement, and the excitement of new beginnings. I am pleased to offer you my heartfelt congratulations, and if I may, a bit of advice. Today, you venture forth from the world of the student to the world of your chosen careers. As you get further into that new life, as the distance from your student days widens, you'll start to look back fondly on the time you've just completed. When you talk about it, you won't talk so much about the courses you took or the degree you've earned. You'll talk about the friendships you've made and the triumphs of personal growth. You'll talk about the great sense of possibility that kept you going when the workload seemed like a mountain to be climbed, and the camaraderie that helped you face the biggest challenge of your life and encourage others along the way. You've earned these precious, intangible things just as surely as anything you can frame and hang on the wall. So when you find yourself in your new life looking back, remember that life is about more than just your job title. It's about more than how much you earn or what you can buy. It's about who you are and who you become and who you share it with, and about how you shape the future. You're leaving school today for the greatest learning opportunity you'll ever know, life. You're leaving school today to continue to learn, continue to think critically and be innovative, to work hard and contribute to your community, to be entrepreneurial and never stop dreaming. Shape your futures with the skills, knowledge, and most of all, the experience you have gained from your time here at the University of Alberta. Your journey starts today. We wish you the best in that journey, and we know that the future of Alberta is in the best of hands, yours. Congratulations, and thank you.
Class of 2015, come with me, if you will, on an imaginative journey. Leave pomp and circumstance for just a moment and cast your mind back to your first day at the University of Alberta. Who were you then? What hopes did you have? Did you feel a bit overwhelmed arriving on campus, a little unsure about whether you were in the right program, let alone the right building? Or did you feel like you were finally in the right place, ready to become the person you wanted to be? We all have our own unique University of Alberta beginning. I'll never forget one of my first days as president. I was feeling confident and excited, convinced that I was ready to take on the biggest challenge of my life. So out I went during orientation week to speak to students and hand out some U of A goodies. Having just done the research for my interview, I was keen to see what they knew about their university. When was the U of A founded? I asked one bright-eyed student. 1779, he responded with great certainty. I suggested he try a history course. I asked another student, who was the first president of U of A? I received a blank look. After a few seconds, the student said, "And who are you?" I asked, "Who do you think I am?" Her face brightened, and she said, "You must be the student union president." How flattering to be mistaken for a 20-year-old. But I knew right then I had work to do. Having the title of president was one thing. Becoming a leader she could respect and recognize, that I would have to earn. And so my own U of A education began. Today we celebrate the educational journey that you and I began on that first day. The U of A has taught me more than I thought possible. I hope you feel the same. In past years, I've had to rely on memories of my own convocation to find the words of advice I'd like to share today. But this year, it's different. This year, after 10 years as president, I too am leaving the U of A. And like some of you, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing next. I'm even moving back in with my family. Well, to be honest, it's my daughter and her family who are moving in with me while they have a house renovation done. But right about now, without a definite plan, it feels frighteningly close to moving back into the basement. Your parents are here praying that you don't do the same. So here we are, you and I, excited and apprehensive at the same time. It's been such a privilege for me to lead this great university and to see so many talented graduates cross the stage. When I reflect on the last decade, my main aim as a person and as your president has been to set myself and every student on a journey to excellence. Today is just the first stop for you on that lifetime endeavor. I believe that excellence is not merely rooted in ambition and achievement, as many people think, but in something quite different. It's not about your grade point average or your academic awards. In fact, it's not a goal at all. Instead, seeking excellence is a process or a way of living life. Excellence is that point on the horizon, giving you direction. I first learned this from my father, who was an ear, nose, and throat specialist in Sri Lanka. Every day, he toiled away caring for thousands of extremely poor patients. Faced with this daily grind, my father might have chosen to treat his patients quickly, doing only what was necessary to help them out the door, without thinking deeply about their chronic illnesses. But he was a person who sought excellence in everything he did. Good enough was not in his repertoire. In my youth, he uncovered a bioelectric disturbance in the inner ear, which caused debilitating dizziness. He then devised a minor operation to treat the condition, which brought unimaginable relief to his patients. I was only a teenager, but I was struck by his passion and deep caring for his patients. His daily caring had translated into excellence. His actions remind me of a favorite quote: "Excellence can be attained if you risk more than others think is safe, care more than others think is wise, dream more than others think is practical, and expect more than others think is possible." Here at the U of A, I have continued to learn this lesson many times over. As you launch your careers, I would like to be able to assure you that with thoughtful planning, the journey towards excellence goes in a straight line. But it doesn't. No doubt you already know this. Life constantly surprises us. Good or bad, sometimes you can feel completely derailed by the unexpected. It's how we respond to and learn from these surprises that is our true test. Start by using the skills you've gained over your degree. Approach every problem and opportunity with both the critical thinking skills and imagination. Connect the dots between ideas and people. Pay attention to details that others may have missed. Read and do research so that you can understand the full context of the issue. Seek alternative perspectives. Yours alone will never provide a full picture. The last point is important. Your generation is often touted as the most connected generation in human history. Hard to imagine, but when I became president, social media was so new that no one really knew it existed yet. Communications technologies has made all of our lives infinitely easier. I can send an email or a text, a quick instruction, and things get done. But I've learned that we can sometimes mistake efficiency for quality. If Alexander Graham Bell had invented the telephone today, we would have all said, wow, I can hear the person in real time. He was ahead of his time. Without face-to-face communication, which engages all 5 of our senses, technology can sometimes dehumanize and create misunderstanding. You may get things done, but you may find that you're doing them alone. As an African proverb teaches, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. I think of my father and the thousands of conversations he had with his patients. Nothing would have come of them if he hadn't been listening with his whole self. The University of Alberta has a deep, resonant spirit and purpose that injects this kind of human connection into the heart of all that we do. It goes back to our first president, Henry Marshall Tory, and his call for us to be a university for the uplifting of the whole people. His call resonated in 1908, perhaps because Alberta's pioneers had risked more than others thought safe, and believed that they could build a better future for themselves and others. Tory's call has grown stronger in our awareness that this particular place has a much deeper history of being a gathering place where Aboriginal peoples of many nations came together for centuries in both spiritual and economic harmony. They knew that not only by caring more than others think wise can we survive and prosper. This fierce pride in community and its corresponding commitment to serve and uplift others are hardwired into the U of A. They are now part of me, and they're now part of you. They give our journey towards excellence a deeper meaning. Graduates, each one of you has your own particular U of A story. Continue to live out that story with purpose and vision. I ask you to risk more, to care more, to dream more, and to expect more of yourself than you thought possible. And always remember, by seeking for excellence and striving to fulfill your highest potential, you can and you will become a person who uplifts others and makes the human community better for all. My warmest congratulations, class of 2015, and good luck to you all. Thank you.
Knowledge shall not be the concern of scholars alone. The uplifting of the whole people shall be its final goal.
They inspire us all with their brilliance, creative force, and fervent desire to make the world a better place.
I accept in the name of our poor people.
Dream your dreams. It is possible to have a new kind of world.
Those who receive an honorary degree from the University of Alberta set the highest standards of dedication and excellence for students and for society at large.
You will always find it, your own courage or theirs, in the eyes of the other.
Go where there's no path and leave a trail for someone else.
And while their backgrounds and fields of endeavor vary widely, all are exceptional.
Maybe it's best if I just speak from the heart.
I
we face today a clash of ignorances.
You are who make the history. You are who create the future.
U of A honorary degree recipients embody the university's vision to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community.
I think we are now in the threshold of a new beginning.
It is a spirit that is building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
It is your attitude that will sustain you. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do with it.
Travel well, travel without prejudice, live long and prosper. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Alberta, I am honored to introduce Steven J. Tupe for the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws. A distinguished academic and renowned legal scholar, Dr. Tupe has made substantial contributions to international and human rights law, contributing to the design of legal reform programs around the globe. He has represented Western Europe and North America on the United Nations Working Group on Enforced or Involuntary Disappearances. He has contributed to the work of the Canadian Human Rights Foundation and the World University Service of Canada, and has addressed the United Nations, the Canadian Institute of International Affairs, and the British Institute of International and Comparative Law. An outstanding legal mind, Dr. Tupe was an equally outstanding university president. During his tenure from 2006 to 2014, the University of British Columbia deepened and expanded its international profile as one of the top 50 universities in the world. Within the context of Canadian excellence, Dr. Tupe quickly established himself as a national leader and played a key advocacy role for universities. As chair of the Association of Universities and Colleges of Canada, now known as Universities Canada, he was instrumental in negotiating the $1.5 billion Canada First Research Excellence Fund. A founding president and CEO of the Pierre Elliott Trudeau Foundation, the youngest dean in the history of McGill University's Faculty of Law, an outstanding former president at UBC, and now the new director of the Munk Institute of Global Affairs at the University of Toronto. In each and every one of these influential roles, Dr. Tupe has contributed a unique balance of outstanding academic rigor, passion, and commitment. This afternoon, we celebrate his transformative impact on the post-secondary landscape of Canada and his enduring contributions to the public good. Eminent Chancellor, with great pride and respect, I present to you Steven J. Tupe.
Steven J. Tupe, in recognition of exceptional leadership in advancing higher education in Canada and outstanding scholarship in international law and human rights, I desire to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws and to express the hope that we shall continue to be enriched by your wise counsel for many years to come. Thank you, Steven. Congratulations.
Very much. Very, very
It's wonderful to have you.
Well, I'm sorry I'm not going to sing or play the piano. Mr. Chancellor, Madam President, Mr. Chair of the Board, distinguished colleagues and guests, parents and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, members of the graduating class of 2015. Thank you to the Senate and academic leadership of the University of Alberta for the singular honor that you bestow upon me today. During my time as president at UBC and as chair of Universities Canada, I worked more closely with this university than with any other. President Samarasekera and I were partners in nationwide efforts to bring the importance of our universities to the attention of the federal government, sometimes even with some success. As she steps down shortly, I want to take this opportunity to signal Indira's great contribution, not only to this university, but to the country. Thank you, Indira. Now, you graduates are probably feeling pretty excited today. A convocation ceremony, especially from a leading university like the U of A, marks the end of a period of great intensity. University students tend to live life to the fullest. Intense work, intense friendships, intense hopes, intense dreams, even some forms of intensity that I won't mention today, not in front of your families. But it wouldn't surprise me if some of you, perhaps most of you, are feeling more complex emotions. Graduation is rarely about pure elation, simply because graduation marks endings and beginnings. Endings are a relief, but they can also prompt wistfulness and nostalgia. Beginnings are full of promise, but also of uncertainty. And uncertainty can lead to trepidation and anxiety, even to fear. In my brief remarks today, I want to talk about fear and leadership. Now, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of fear. We all experience it from time to time. We may even be genetically programmed to respond to and even create fear. This idea was captured beautifully in a little poem by Philip Larkin. Now, Larkin was an acidic but mild-mannered librarian who also happened to be the Poet Laureate of England. Now, for those of you who may know the poem, you will notice that I've changed one word for the sake of propriety in a public speech. They mess you up, your mom and dad. They may not mean to, but they do. They fill you with the faults they had and add some extra, just for you. But they were messed up in their turn by fools in old-style hats and coats who half the time were soppy, stern, and half at one another's throats. Man hands on misery to man. It deepens like a coastal shelf. Get out as early as you can, and don't have any kids yourself. I have 3 wonderful children, so I obviously don't buy Larkin's prescription, but his insight is real. Each of us brings to our lives and our decisions talents, experiences, and anxieties. We do indeed learn some of those anxieties from our families, others from our friends, still others from the media buzz that surrounds us. Some way we may even create all by ourselves. I think we live in a society that is utterly confused about anxiety and fear. On the one hand, extreme sports and corporate logos extol the virtue, no fear. On the other hand, we live in a surveillance society where more and more public space is covered by closed-circuit television, where we're told to worry about escalating crime even when we know that the incidence of reported crime is declining. Now, fear is, of course, a natural reaction in the face of danger. It's smart to fear a black bear approaching our tent at night looking for food. Good leaders fear the possible negative consequences of their actions and decisions, even as they know they must act and decide. It's right to fear the hard moral choices that life forces upon us. When to spare someone from a hurtful truth, when to tell the truth at all cost. Fearful questions indeed. Some fear is healthy, but some is pathological. I believe that healthy fear must incorporate a measure of self-doubt. Now, of course, I acknowledge that confidence is an important, even an essential trait for success in life, especially in business. One of the greatest gifts that can be bequeathed by parents and by schools and universities is the belief that the possibilities of life are open and almost limitless. My parents and schooling gave me that gift, and I am profoundly grateful. My wonderful wife, Paula, who is here today, overcame her own fears in marrying me. What a risk! And then she helped to build my confidence by embracing a whole set of family moves to France, BC, Toronto, that allowed us to experience people and places that we had to work to discover and understand. Thank you, Paula. Yes, self-confidence is necessary, a gift, but overweening self-confidence is a liability. It annoys people around you. More importantly, it's almost always matched by a closed spirit. The person who is utterly confident is not inclined to learn much from others. Leaders lead because they can learn and inspire others by applying what they have learned. Perhaps ironically, overconfident people are also unlikely to be good at sharing. To believe oneself to be completely self-sufficient is to fail to recognize one's own needs, including the need to give. One needs both confidence and critical self-reflection to give, or at least to give meaningfully. To lead requires of us that we act confidently, but also that we reflect on and sometimes correct our course. Which brings me back to healthy fear. If we all want to give our lives to something worthy, and I'm sure that that's the hope in every graduating student today, how do we find a path to leadership through fear? Note that this word "through" is a trickster. I firmly hope that none of you will achieve a sense of worthy life by cultivating fear, by encouraging fear in others. Since September 11th, 2001, much of our public discourse has been built on fear. Some of the fear has been genuine and well-placed. Terrorism is a deadly reality. But some of the fear has been manipulated and overwrought. It's led to bad policy decisions and dangerous arguments, arguments that resonate in hearts filled with fear. I hope that you will find ways to challenge that kind of fear. No, I don't advocate that form of leadership, the kind that exploits fear. And yet, I still hope that you will find ways to lead through fear, by which I mean acknowledging fears that are real and finding ways to get past those fears. In our complex, multicultural societies, one of the most debilitating fears is the fear of people unlike ourselves. Sharing your gifts with the world, a world diverse and interconnected as ours, means sharing them with the people who make us feel uncomfortable, with people whose attitudes to fundamental issues are different from our own. Consider the case of a young Nigerian writer named Ben Okri. He went to study in England in the 1970s. He had prodigious gifts that he wanted to share with the world. Imagine the transition from village life in Nigeria to one of the world's dominating academic centers. Some of you have made transitions just as frightening to the University of Alberta, from farms, from small towns, from life on reserve, from countries in Asia or Africa. For Ben Okri, the key to his transition was in holding on to the spirituality of African village life and transforming it into works of fiction prized around the world. Permit me to conclude with a brief excerpt from one of Okri's most beautiful poems, An African Elegy. Okri firmly rejects Philip Larkin's solution to life's fears, to get out as fast as possible. Instead, Okri embraces the possibilities present in every single human being, the infinite possibilities in each of you. And they tell me that this life is good. They tell me to live it gently with fire and always with hope. There is wonder here, and there is surprise in everything the unseen moves. The ocean is full of songs, the sky is not an enemy, destiny is our friend. With my heartfelt congratulations to all of the members of the University of Alberta class of 2015, my class, may I share this simple hope, that with confidence and humility, you will find your way through fear to leadership, and that you will make destiny your friend. And thank you to the University of Alberta.
Thank you, Dr. Tupe, for a wonderful address linking two very key concepts of fear and leadership. I know we all face fears as we start in new endeavors, and you have just come through one of your most accomplished periods of life, heading off into new directions, and I'm sure fear will be somewhat at the forefront, but if listening to Dr. Tupe's address, I think he's given us some tools as to how we can reach through that fear, lead through that fear, through the use of, as he says, confidence and humility. Dr. Tupe, thank you so much for your address, and thank you for being part of our university family. We'll ask you now to sign our University Honor Roll. Thank you, Dr. Tupe. You're now part of our University of Alberta alumni. Congratulations. And now, graduands, it's your turn. As the name of each graduand is called across the stage, I will formally admit you to your degrees, and we will have an opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you will walk past the University of Alberta Ceremonial Mace. Centuries ago, the Mace was a symbol of authority over political, military, and academic events. Today, our Mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge and the importance of our university and our graduates to society. I look forward to meeting you soon.
The candidates for degrees will please rise and follow on page 4 of the Convocation program. Please rise. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country? These things.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled, and invest with you all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, and for all who believe to serve your God, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Joseph Doucette, I present the following degrees for graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Business. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Charles Andrew Keim. Erin Elizabeth Marshall. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Business Administration, Toya Joseph Abraham. Diran Olalua Adejmo. Varun Agarwal. Said Shakib Ahmed. Temitayo Ekingboye. David Carl Anderson. Tariq Aziz. Vinoth Kumar Babu. Pridarshini Biswas. Rahul Bose. Mandeep Singh Boparai. Kimberly Ann Burnham. Michael Wayne Carew. Andrew Clark Seretsky. Gurinder Singh Chahal. Vikram Singh Chauhan. Ahmed Tariful Mursalan. Yuchen Chen. Terence Cheng. Gautam Reddy Chena Reddy. Emily Marie Dietrich. Dirk Durand. Youssef El Arnaoui, Naudi, that is. Sorry. Andrew Nicholas Fedoro. Nadim Paul Fernandez. James Robert Gaby. Maria Valentina Gamero Diaz. Sahil Gandhi. Gorev Garg. Shumya Ghosh. Matthew Jonathan Glombick. Rohit Gopakumar. Heidi Hadubiak. Wanting Hu. Yiling Huang. Erin Laura Jackson. Marcine Kerry Jacobi. Natalie Rose Johnston. Kamyar Juya. Berenika Kalista. Smit Viresh Kamdar. Rashi Kular Manku. Stephanie Rosalind King. Douglas Darrell Kruger. Jason William Lady. Kelly Ann Lester. Alain Levesque. Leanne Lim. Richard Thomas MacDonald. Deepak Ananda Mahajan. Jennifer Elaine McEwen. Padmaja Maduri. Michelle Merrill Miller. Wahab Bai Momin. Radu Nastasi. Ashley Nicole Neelan. Anthony Van No. Lorraine Francis Nichols. Susan Kim Olison. Daniel Herbert O'Neill. Gurpreet Singh Othi. Rahul Pandey. Nisarg Ramheshbhai Patel. Shamandeep Pawar. Hugh Hung Pun. Jackie Kwang. Charlene Andrea Ribeiro. Yogesh Sharawat. Mario Wadi Basta Shaker. Chen Shi. Christopher Singh. Manjit Singh. Navjot Singh. Taranjit Singh. Manuel Solis Pacheco. Ryan Peter Alexander Stearman. Shannon Suzanne Stradoff. Uma Swami. Anju Yun Ying Tai. Patrick Ralph Tinkham. Helga Tolaikis. Sriti Tripathi. Kimberly Dawn Uniat. Luis Antonio Usevicius. Thomas Eric Vinica. Jennifer Nicole Wadden. Ryan Douglas Winterton. Gabriel Pak Yu Wong. Andrew Stephen Whitesick. Wushlong Ye. Catherine Alberta Young. Shoot John. Zhaohui Zhang. Eminent Chancellor, Eminence for the grade of au grade de bilingue Bachelor of Commerce, Baccalaureate bilingue en Administration des Affaires, the recipient of a Governor General's Silver Medal and the Dr. Hugh Harry's Medal in Business, Matthew Etienne Godel, with distinction.
Matthew Etienne Godel is one of 3 recipients of the Governor-General's Silver Medal. The Governor-General's Silver Medals are the University of Alberta's most prestigious undergraduate academic awards and are donated by the Governor-General of Canada. First presented in 1873 by the Earl of Dufferin, the medals recognize and encourage academic excellence across Canada. He is also this year's recipient of the Dr. Hugh Harry's Medal in Business. This award is presented annually to the graduating student who has obtained the highest academic standing in the final 2 years of the Bachelor of Commerce program. It is donated by the School of Business in memory of Dr. Hugh Harries, a former dean. Matthew has excelled throughout his education at the University of Alberta, earning a 4.0 GPA in all 4 years of the bilingual Bachelor of Commerce program. Yes, absolutely. That is amazing. He has received continued recognition for his academic success, making the Dean's List for the past 3 years, as well as earning numerous scholarships and finishing first in his class. Matthew will be attending law school in the fall and plans to pursue a career in corporate law. Congratulations and best of luck to you. Well done. Wow.
Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with Honors, Li Lu with First Class Honors. Zhenghui Yang with First Class Honors. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Ahmed Ali Abdelrahman. Nelson Allen Adkin. Riley Kyle Amundsen. Wei An. Mary Ashley Anderson. Kimberly Ariel Arevalo. Sean Joseph Bale. Tyler Harold Bannister. Samneet Kaur Basi. Sarah Gale Batchelor. Chandeep Singh Baweja. Jamie Rochelle Bay. Amanda Elaine Beggs. Nicholas Cyril Binnett. Alexandra Bogatinov. Darren Kevin Bowley with distinction. Brett Edward Boutillier. Haley Elise Brodeur with distinction. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Brittany Charlene Mary Bryce with distinction. James Edward Birch. Pei Li Kai. Shenyang Annie Kai with distinction. Chantel Marie Campbell. Ryan Michael Campbell. Ruyang Kao. Connor Carroll. Rosa Nicole Carroza. Ryan William James Casey. Tyler Katena. Nicole Allison Kayanan. Ruhia Cha. Agamani Chakrabarti. Megan Ann Chambers with distinction. David Giwai Chan. Man Yin Chan. Jeremy Kahe Chao. Jiaqing Chen with distinction. Xiu Chen with distinction. Si Chen with distinction. Xiao Di Chen with distinction. Xingyue Chen with distinction. Ziyao Chen. Recipient of the Chartered Accountants Graduating Scholarship in Accounting, Tanya Larissa Chernesky with distinction. Leanne Alexandra Chilabecki. Vivian Chin. Sulhua Choi. Lindsay Kathleen Taryn Church with distinction. Receiving both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in International Learning, Jesse Terrence Thomas Clavette. Jonathan William Clement. Katrina Lee Colbert with distinction. Rebecca Eve Como. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Spencer Andrew Coulter with distinction. Kimi Dang. Erica Barbara Danzer with distinction. Ryan Michael Davidson with distinction. Nadia Marina DeSantis with distinction. Busam Talal Deeb. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in International Learning, Gary Garway Dang. Yueja Deng. Navreet Kaur Daliwal. Colleen Du with distinction. Ivana Lian Tapov Doring. Chenwei Du with distinction. Tori Heath Dick. Melissa Erin Egan. Jonathan Andrew Stiles Elliott. Kayla Faminoff with distinction. Kailun Feng. Dorian Dwayne Fenton with distinction. Dylan Tanner Ference. Jafet Bangye Fiankiao. Katie Mae Finistad. Michael Patrick Fox-Junker. Lauren Elizabeth Frederick with distinction. Aubrey Bokui Feng with distinction. Chuhan Gao. Hong Gao. Tianxin Gao. Chloe Escada Garcia. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in International Learning, Martha Melissa Garcia with distinction. Jacqueline Page Gartner. Nicole Gassior with distinction. Beram Gill. Jaswinder Singh Gill. Jingru Gong. Kevin Joseph Gordon. Michael Eric Triska Graham with distinction. Travis William Greenham with distinction. And a friend or two. Miranda Eve Gregory. Harjat Jesse Grewal with distinction. Agatha Isabella Grochowski. Chao Ping Gu. Joshua Leo Halderson. Christian Roland Hamilton. Jenna Kate Hanford with distinction. Shandip Kaur Hari. Devin Michael Horlak. Xinyue He with distinction. Yue He. Jeffrey Matthew Herzog. Catherine Diana Hicks with distinction. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in International Learning, Belinda Ho. Matthew Philip Hone. Sarah Frances Hoekstra. Jill Lily Hopkins with distinction. Victor Yuan Hui Shong. Wilson Huang. Xin Yi Huang. Yushun Huang. Jaehook Hur. Nicole Elizabeth Hugan with distinction. Mitchell Scott Hyde with distinction. Brandon David Imada. Ifra Iqbal. Teely Brianne Irvine. Abby Iskander. Rodwin Iskandarani with distinction. Sarah Lorraine Jackson. Samantha Ashley Jeffrey. He Cheo Jung. Ye Zhang. Yuro Zhang. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in International Learning, Yu Jiang. Nan Chu Jin with distinction. Warren Murray Johnston. Rikneet Singh Josan. Tongju with distinction. Connor Joseph Henry Calvitis. Stephen Anthony Kalinchuk. Ramya Manasa Kandala. Zheng Kang. Matthew George Keller. Anthony Hafizov with distinction. Theodore Hyungnam Kim. Riley James King. Carla April Kissick. Laura Elaine Kmetch. Troy Robert Kneller. Christy Lane Kobialko with distinction. Candace Amber Cobran. Selena Cooch with distinction. Kelsey Lee Kasakavich with distinction. Jared Terry Krusik. Jordan Carter Krulak with distinction. Stephen Gerald Krulak with distinction. Joseph Lacoste. C.D. Lai. Kit Ying Lam. Michelle Kelly Hoyen Lam with distinction. Cameron Scott LaRocque. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Marco Mitro Lashak. Joshua Fan Le. Kiana Danielle Lee. Colton Dwight Lee with distinction. Matthew Philip Lester. He Lung. Tammy Ka Ye Leong. Andy Lee. Christopher Silong Lee. Heng Yi Lee with distinction. Xiamiao Li. Lei Li with distinction. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in International Learning, Leon Qingyoung Li. Jia Yi Liu. Sining Li. Weijia Li. Xiaoxian Li. Joanne Liu. Chunmei Lin. Brett James George Lindquist with distinction. Kaylin Harold Little. Shihua Liu with distinction. Louis Ji Liu with distinction. Xiaoping Liu. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Ellis Wyndham Lloyd with distinction. James Christopher Lowe. Richard Kwong Long with distinction. Shannon Law. Jiao Lu. Kai-Sheng Lu. Ran Lu. Wei Lu with distinction. Stefanos Christian Luis. Xiao Luo. Timothy Matthew Lin with distinction. Anita Ma. Dana Lighting Ma. Hai Ming Ma. Caitlin Mary McLean with distinction. Matej Madachki with distinction. Rochelle Elise Madsen. Brenda Ma with distinction. Nische Atul Makwana. Sana Fatma Malik. Wingyin Vivian Mann with distinction. Ryan Timothy Michael Marks with distinction. Margaret Mary Marsilio with distinction. Matthew Douglas Martin with distinction. Hannah Elizabeth Anastasia Marvin. Aisha Masood. Noel Philip May.
Christiane Guinevere McCool with distinction. Jesse Lee McDonald. Heather Jane McGee. Jenna Morgan McLean with distinction. Justine Maria Mikkel. Mathieu Mendez-Cote with distinction. Yu Meng Miao with distinction. Curtis Armour Middleton with distinction. David McHale with distinction. Stefan Milanovic. Good name. Melanie Lynn Miro with distinction. Raphael Minarski. Yembe Tamba Moiba. Rustem Moldagazinov. Michael John Montague. Olya Muchinsky with distinction. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and her Certificate in Leadership, Catherine Lindsay Murray with distinction. Erica Jane Navarra. Michael Long Sam Ing. Jackie Jade Noye. Kara Rosalind Noble with distinction. Kara is also receiving her Certificate in Leadership today. Karel Nanyong. Real Jeremiah Rock Ocampo. Jessica Lauren Olesen with distinction. Tasha Elizabeth Olivieri. Tosin Onanua. Matthew John O'Rourke. Receiving her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in International Learning today, Olivia Louise Ostrom with distinction. Marco Amadeo Palazzo with distinction. Casey Pan. Simanpreet Kaur Pandher. Nicholas Graziano Panizon. With apologies to Italy. Laureline Joy Parson. Roshni Tara Parhar. Sumin Park. Michael Cody Parsons with distinction. Receiving her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Global Citizenship today. Pardon me, that's a hymn. Sean, I had my head down. Sorry, mate. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and his Certificate in Global Citizenship, Sean Frederick Parsons with distinction. Mohammed Burhan Pasha. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Nisha Arankumar Patel. Sneha Patel. Danielle Natalia Pendleton. Oshadi Pereira. Catherine Marie Krebs Perron. Megan Lee Pettipies. Robert William Pettigrew. Bin Min Teep Pham with distinction. Spencer Gordon Fair. Megan Louise Howell Pick with distinction. Jason Christopher Paul. Michelle Pishak. Ludong Chan. Tian Chun. Wan Chu Chu with distinction. Melissa Grace Ramos. Wenjie Ren with distinction. Brett Gordon Rayner with distinction. Tyler Riar. Riley Joseph Richardson. Luke Anthony Ricciopo. Sebastian Manuel Rydell. Brett Edward Rooney with distinction. Julia Cartagena Rudolph. Victoria Magdalena Rudolph with distinction. Matthew Alexander Rudy. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Ralph Sadowski with distinction. Amandeep Sandhu. Sophie Sauvé. Richard Winston Michael Siraten. Colin Sito with distinction. Receiving both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in International Learning, Charles Spencer Scott Sharam. Yulin Shen. Jiao Chen Shi. Robert Raymond Anthony Schindel with distinction. Kathara Shire. Thomas Charles Simpson with distinction. Jasyot Singh. Jesse Singh with distinction. Laramie Sissons. Ro Si Song. Varisha Suchit. Kirsten Nicole Spack with distinction. Leighton John Stadnick with distinction. Jocelyn Jolene Steingard. Blake Reginald Story with distinction. Michael Ian Stewart with distinction. Athena Brittany Sturmey with distinction. Huishan Sun. Muhuan Sun. Sip Mo Sun. Mark Kevin Tabernilla. Shannon Myung Tang, sorry. Stephanie Lee Tester. Ashley Tham. Elena Louisa Thompson. Tid. Jordan Robert Dane Tidd. Elizabeth Claire Graham Tatchuk with distinction. Deborah Canfor Trevison with distinction. There'll be a party tonight. Bonnie Trong. Timothy Tim Sing Tse. Larry Ling Chun Tsoi. Danara Terspekova with distinction. Alexander Gregory Tuzinski. Kelly Ray Urquhart. Sanchit Vashar. Rafael Ray Espiritu Valdez. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Angus John Van Wielden. Sofia Florentina Varzaru. Justin Robert Vedras. Jenny Xinyi Wang with distinction. Jonathan Heng Wang. Le Ding Wang. Mark Zhongzu Wang with distinction. Miaowei Wang. Ning Wang. Qiye Wang with distinction. Sarah Wang with distinction. Shanshan Wang. Braden Blaze Wangler. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Adrian Roman Wachola. Sarah Danielle Ward. Zachary Allen Ward with distinction. Travis Robert Weber. Xuan Ting Wei. Xin Wei. Shirley Wen. Adam Wild. Alexandra Christina Helen Williams. Emily Ann Williams with distinction. Brianna Rose Wolfe with distinction. Alex Wong. Hok Kan Wong. Janelle Carly Wong. Nathan Davis Wood. Emily Rain Wooding. Ben Patrick Wright. Brandon Wu. Mike Wu. Royi Wu. Yi Xiao with distinction. Yuvang Shao. Xiaoqi Xi. Xu Qin Xu with distinction. Jen Xu. Zachary Thomas Yakimek. Amy Kong Yang with distinction. Megan Elise Yaskowicz. Janice Chu Pao Ye. Ji Yong-yoon. Jesse James Melbourne Young. Chen-yue Yu. Chaoyan Yu. Carla Ray Yuha. Xun Ying Young. Jocelyn Alyssa Zabrick. Shangtao Zheng. Xinyi Zhang. Xuanqi Zhang. Yiqi Zhang. Ying Zhang with distinction. Sarah Zhang. Meng Zheng. Alan Minweda Zhao. Si Yu Zhou. Yan Zhou. Bei Quan Zhu. Bingyi Zhu with distinction. Ruth Zita. Zitu Zheng. Eminent Chancellor, Eminence, for the degree of au grade de bilingual Bachelor of Commerce, baccalauréat bilingue en administration des affaires, Oliver Ronald Bilodeau with distinction. Dario Omari Byron. Lauren Cook. Johanna Jackson. Kirsten Mary Lepage with distinction. Yingxue Li. Carolyn Alexandra Maisie. Mohamedou Ibrahim Nias. And Ibrahima Haruna Sow.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the Convocation program, but who are not in attendance.
Wow, what a great afternoon. Today is a proud moment for the University of Alberta. In total, we will graduate 6,649 students at the Convocation ceremonies this spring. Today, we also welcome Dr. Steven Tupe into our great U of A community. Let me say, Stephen, what an honor it is for us to have you here today. To have served with you as a fellow president is truly a privilege. And again, let me thank you for your inspiration and your great commitment to higher education and wonderful remarks today. Thank you very much, Stephen. Let his example as a leader, as a lifelong seeker of excellence, inspire all of you in the years to come. Graduates, you are now part of the U of A's family of more than 270,000 living alumni. Your U of A degree can never be dissolved. Think of our school colors, green and gold. Gold is a precious metal that withstands the ravages of time. It can be molded into any shape, stretched into a fine thread, and still retain its fundamental qualities. Green, on the other hand, is a symbol of growth and change, of new beginnings. Taken together, green and gold encapsulate what I hope your education means to you. I hope it is a permanent and enriching feature of your life, as well as an important source of lifelong personal and professional growth. Graduates, it's your turn to get up, turn around, and give a huge round of applause to the people who've supported you throughout it all. Parents, siblings, for some of you it's spouses and children. Please stand up and applaud your family members. Okay, now that I have you all back with us, let's turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. Before we formally induct all of you into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, we want to remind you of the journey you've been on to get to this ceremony with the presentation of a special video montage. The song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in celebration of the university's centenary in 2008 and is performed by Chorale Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fignon. It was composed by Professor Emeritus Dr. Franz Levasseur-Wimay and arranged by U of A alumnus Dr. Alan Bevan, and captures the hopefulness and potential of the days spent at the university. I hope that the images that accompany the song show some of your own particular story and bring back fond memories of your time spent here. Enjoy.
Je Eminent Chancellor, graduates, my name is Jane Halford, and I'm proud to be a past president of the University of Alberta Alumni Association. Today is an extremely proud day for me. Some of you I know personally, some of you I know your story, but in the end, we are now officially all family. Amongst our family are people that include a Prime Minister, a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, a Nobel laureate, as well as many other outstanding people who are business leaders, artists, educators, and humanitarians from around the world. These are all alumni like you who are dedicated to uplifting the whole people. A century ago, a group of graduates from the University of Alberta came together with the sole belief that they could do more together than they could separately. For over 100 years, alumni, like all of us, have been doing great things, and no doubt you will continue to now that you are a graduate. Bienvenue à notre famille mondiale. Graduates, I'd ask you to please stand. As a new ambassador for the University of Alberta, I call upon you to use the knowledge that you have gained here for the betterment of yourself and for others. I call upon you to make a lifelong connection with your university. As an alumnus of the University of Alberta, be proud of the degree and your fellow alumni. Nurture these lifelong friendships that have been cultivated here on our campus. Celebrate our university in any form that you feel fit, and recommend it to others so they can once stand here as a graduate as well. Take part in your alumni association. We are family, we are friends, and we're here for each other. Now, finally, you are officially a lifetime member of our powerful family of friends and colleagues. On behalf of myself and all graduates of this university, I am extremely proud of you, and I am extremely happy to welcome you into our association. Félicitations et bonne chance. Congratulations and best wishes, and go out there in the world and do great things. Please go ahead and be seated.
Thank you, Jane. And now a few final words to our graduates. All of us on the stage commend you on your determination and your achievements today. Our honorary degree recipient has offered us a wonderful example in the story of leadership and how we can transpose leadership through fear through leadership. Dr. Steven Tupe, thank you again for sharing your story and your wisdom with our university family. In accepting this honorary degree, you bring great honor to our university. Thank you again. Graduates, the world is also open for you to be leaders, following the example of our honorary degree recipient. Now, on your behalf, I wish to thank our superb vocalist, Mr. Matthew Dalen, and our outstanding Convocation band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. And finally, graduates, thank you for coming today. Thank you for taking on the responsibilities of a university degree, and thank you for joining our alumni family. I'm now pleased to invite everyone to join us in the main floor and first balcony lobbies for refreshment and fellowship. Graduates, may your dreams take you far, but may you always remain close to your alma mater, the University of Alberta. Enjoy your celebration.
for the flag.